I shouldn't have gone back. Not after what I heard. The old Arizona school had been abandoned for 70 years, swallowed by desert winds and silence. But tonight, something was speaking inside it. I pushed the door open, dust falling like snow, and that's when I heard it. Children reciting lessons, perfectly synchronized, from a classroom that shouldn't exist. My flashlight flickered as I followed the sound down the hall. Every step made my stomach twist, because the voices were getting clearer, sharper, closer. When I reached the classroom door, the recitation suddenly stopped. I stepped inside. Empty desks, broken chalkboard, nothing alive. Yet the air felt crowded, like a room full of tiny lungs holding their breath. Then the desks began to creak on their own. Chalk scraped across the board, writing words I never taught. "We're still here." A cold breath pressed against my ear, and all the desks turned toward me at once. That's when I realized the children never left this school, and now they don't want me to leave either. There's a place in Savannah they warn tourists to avoid. The old cemetery guarded by the black oaks. Locals say the moss on those trees isn't just old, it listens. Tonight, I walked through the rusted gates and the air felt heavier, like the shadows were alive. That's when I heard it. A whisper right behind me. Not a voice I recognized, but my own thoughts spoken out loud. The trees, they were telling my darkest secret. The branches curled like claws, moss swaying without wind. Only shadows melting into darkness, whispering the things I never told anyone. I tried running, but the shadows stretched, following me, repeating my fears. Louder, clearer, closer. Then I saw faces in the bark, people who never escaped. Their eyes begging. The whispers grew into screams, my name echoing through the cemetery. And as I reached the gate, the final whisper froze me still. "We know everything about you, and we're not finished yet." Every night at 11:59, Detroit's old Hollowmark auto plant, abandoned for 40 years, comes alive again. But tonight, I made the mistake of stepping inside. The moment the factory siren wailed, the machines powered on by themselves, rusted gears grinding like metal, screaming. Then I heard footsteps, slow, heavy, dragging. I hid behind a conveyor belt, but the workers emerging from the shadows weren't living. Their skin was gray, their uniforms torn. Their eyes empty, but they moved with purpose, clocking in like they never stopped working. One of them looked at me and smiled. The siren blared again, louder, vibrating the floor. The dead workers turned toward me as a haunting voice whispered, "You're late for your shift." The machine started pulling me toward the assembly line as cold hands reached for my throat. And now, as the final siren echoes through the factory walls, I realize I hadn't stepped into St. Alder's Church for 10 years. Not since the night the congregation died during the storm. But last week, the calls started again. A dead ringtone. A voice whispering, "Pastor, we need you back." Tonight at midnight, I finally went to see for myself. The church door creaked open before I touched it, like something was waiting. Inside, every pew was empty, yet I could feel someone breathing behind me. Then the bell tower rang, boom, shaking the whole church. Dust fell like ashes. Shadows stretched across the walls, forming the outlines of people who shouldn't be here. My phone buzzed. One new voicemail. From the church's number. I pressed play and heard dozens of voices chanting, "Preach for us, one last time." I turned around, and the entire dead congregation was standing in the aisles. Willow Creek was abandoned years ago, but tonight, I returned because I heard my daughter's laughter echoing from its old playground. The swings moved on their own, creaking in the cold wind, and every gust carried her giggle, soft, familiar, wrong. As I stepped deeper into the playground, the lights flickered on, though no power had run here in decades. A shadow darted behind the slide. But when I followed it, the air turned ice cold, and the ground seemed to breathe beneath my feet. Her laughter grew louder, circling me, taunting me, like something wearing her voice. My phone lit up with a photo notification. A picture of me, taken from behind, even though I was alone. Then I saw it, a small handprint forming on the fogged metal of the merry-go-round, slowly turning toward me. I finally realized the truth. Whatever was calling me here wasn't my daughter. It just wanted me to stay forever.